Welcome. In this video, we will walk you through the public online DC Child Support Calculator. In DC, the law has a formula to determine the presumed amount of child support based on a range of factors, such as custodial time, parental income, and needs and costs of the children. The formula provides a presumptive, or suggested, amount based on this information. If you need to request an amount higher or lower than that amount, there are ways you can do that. Child support affects important rights and duties. If you think you will benefit from working with a lawyer or want to hire a lawyer, you can use the link on the screen to go to the directory of organizations that provide free legal services. If you need free brief legal services, you can call the Family Law Assistance Network at 202-844-5428 or the Child Support Resource Center at 202-791-3996. If you want to explore the online child support calculator, come follow along with us. First, you will open an internet browser and go to a search engine such as Google. Search DC Child Support Calculator. Click on the link that says DC Child Support Calculator, dc.gov. Now, you should see a page that looks like this. If the children live with one parent, you can mark sole custody. When you click this option, it will populate another question. Please choose the parent with whom the child lives, or the custodial parent. You will select mother or father, or parent A or parent B. If the children spend at least 35% of the time, or 128 days, or overnights, in a year, with each parent, then you will select shared. At this point, another question will populate where you can put in the percent or amount of days the child or children are with one parent. If you select percent, it will ask you to enter the amount of time in percentage that the children spend with the mother, or parent A. If you select days, it will ask you to enter the amount of time in days per year that the children spend with the mother, or parent A. If the children are living with a relative or third party other than the parents, select that option. You will then be asked to please choose which parent this case is filed against. If you filed against the mother, you will select mother. If you filed against the father, you will select father. Finally, you will put in the number of children involved in this case and click Next. On the next page, you will be asked a set of questions regarding the mother's or parent A's adjusted gross income. You will need to put in the box the mother's, or parent A's, annual gross income from all sources. You may have to estimate this amount, or you may have documents to know exactly how much. If you need assistance calculating the amount, you can select the box Gross Income Calculator. A window will open with several options to assist you. Year-to-date gross wages, hourly wage rate, weekly gross wages, bi-weekly gross wages, semi-monthly gross wages, monthly gross wages, other income. Based on the option you select, you can calculate the total income by selecting Calculate. Once you select Calculate, the amount will pop up on the top right. You can select Submit to Guidelines to add this amount as the total income. If you want to exit out of this second window, you can select Return to Guideline. Next, you will be asked the following about the mother or parent A. Is the mother self-employed? If no, select No and move to the next question. If yes, select Yes. 2 additional questions will appear. Enter the Social Security tax due and payable on current income. Enter the Medicare tax due and payable on current income. You can put in this information to the best of your knowledge. Next, you will be asked, does the mother pay alimony to the father in this case? If no, select No and move to the next question. If yes, select Yes. You will then be asked to enter the total yearly amount of alimony that the mother actually paid to the father. Next, you will be asked, does the mother receive alimony payments from anyone? If no, select No and move to the next question. If yes, select Yes. You will then be asked to enter the total yearly amount of alimony that the mother actually received from any person. You will then be asked, is the mother the payer in any other child support orders? If no, select no and move to the next question. If yes, select yes. You will then be asked to enter the total yearly amount of child support actually paid by the mother. You will then be asked, do the children receive SSDI derivative benefits through the mother? This does not include SSI benefits received in the child's own name. If no, select no and move to the next question. If yes, select yes. You will then be asked to enter the total yearly SSDI derivative benefits actually received by the children through the mother. Then, you will be asked, does the mother have any other children living in her home that the mother has a legal duty to support, other than the children in this case? If no, select no and move to the next question. If yes, select yes. You will then be asked to enter the number of children in the mother's home that she has a legal duty to support, other than the children in this case. Once you have completed all the questions on this page, you should select Next. You are now on step 4, calculating the father's, or parent 2's, adjusted gross income. You will do all of the same steps as the last page, but for the father or parent 2. Go through the same steps as above for the father or parent 2. Once you have completed all the questions on this page, you should select Next. Now you are on step 5, calculating additional costs. This is where you will put in any additional costs for the children for each parent. The first 3 questions are for the custodial parent, or the parent that is asking for child support. You will put in the annual amounts for the following categories under additional costs actually paid by the parent entitled to receive support. First, put in the annual amount for the children's health insurance actually paid by the parent entitled to receive support. Enter the annual extraordinary medical expenses paid by the parent entitled to receive support. Please note, this is anything above $250 that you do not get reimbursed for. Enter the total annual amount of the reasonable childcare costs due to employment or education actually paid by the parent entitled to receive support. The next 3 questions are for the non-custodial parent, or the parent that has a legal duty to pay the child support for the children. You will put in the annual amounts for the following under additional costs actually paid by the parent with a legal duty to pay support. Enter the annual costs for the children's health insurance actually paid by the parent paying support. Enter the annual extraordinary medical expenses paid by the parent paying support. Please note, this is anything above $250 that the parent does not get reimbursed for. Enter the total annual reasonable childcare costs due to employment or education actually paid by the parent paying support. If you need help with any of these, you can click CSRC on the right to assist calculating the total annual amounts. You will then click Next and the next page will appear. This page will have a breakdown of everything you put into the calculator and a presumptive amount at the bottom in bold. You can use this calculator and printout in mediation or at court to show what you think the child support number should be. Please note that it is best to request documentation and not just accept numbers from the other party. You should be prepared to have proof of income, healthcare costs for the children, and other related childcare costs. Thank you for watching this video on how to use the DC Online Child Support Calculator.